Hello students. Now in our series of question paper solving, we have already solved part A section 1 and 2. Now today we will solve part B section 3, that is short answer question, from question number 24 to question number 33. 10 questions will be asked of 2 marks. Now this is as per the latest CBSE sample question paper pattern. So in board exam you all know that it has been changed, the pattern has been changed. 2 parts and 5 sections will be there. So today we are solving part B section 3. So total 20 marks, that is 10 questions of 2 marks each, and there will be choice in any of the 2 questions. Now let us see which all questions will be asked. So here you can see the questions, and CBSE has also published the answers also. So we will go through the CBSE answers as well. Now in the first question, you have already solved till part A, all the questions of part A, that is till question number 23. Now today we are going to start with question number 24 to 33, 10 questions. First question will be to create a series, and the format will be given, index, and the values will be given to you. So we all know first line, whenever the question is create a series, first line you are writing import pandas as PD, then you are creating the series, pd.series, S will be capital, and the values, this values you will write in a square bracket making a list, and then comma, the index you are writing here in another list. So index is this index which is given here, term 1, term 2. So whatever index will be given to you, you will write here index equals to in square bracket. If it is string, you will write in quotes. You can see here at the top, single quote is given. And if it is numeric value, then no quotes are given. Clear? So this is how to create a series. You can write here print M1 is the name of the series given. You can give any name, like in your copy you were writing as any name. Achha, it is given here in the question paper. So you have to use M1. Yes. So here you can write print M1. So marks distribution you have seen that print for importing you will get half marks. Then for usage of series, S will be capital, half marks. Stating index list, half marks. And for creating the object M1, half marks. So like this the marking is given. Now the next question is state any two difference between single row function and multiple row function. Multiple row is also called aggregate function. So this also you have written in your copies. Single row functions using where clause, all the string functions, numeric functions were your single row functions, and multiple row function where your aggregate function, max, min, count, avg, sum. So on a multiple of rows, whenever the functions are being executed, it is multiple row function. Example will be max function, min function, avg, then your count and sum. So normally using group by also you have used, or without that also you have used it. And single row is all the string functions and numeric functions. So here the answer they have given here is single row functions work on one row, whereas multiple row function group rows on a group of rows. Single row function return one output per row, whereas multiple row functions return only one output for a specific group of rows. So here for one row, one output for single row function, whereas for multiple row function, for multiple rows, one output will be there. Next is what is the difference between order by and group by clause. Order by to arrange in ascending order or descending order, and group by for grouping of the records, and you can use the aggregate function after grouping of the records. So order by clause is used to show the contents of a table relation in a sorted manner with respect to the column mentioned after the order by clause. So we are writing order by, then the column name, like order by name if you write, you will see alphabetically from A to Z it will be sorted. And if you are writing order by name, DESC, then in descending order it is getting sorted. Whereas the group by clause is used to group rows in a given column and then apply an aggregate function, max, min, etc. on the entire group. So for grouping of rows we will use group by. Clear? Here you can see single row versus multiple rows, how the marking is given, that also is given. Now the next question is, consider the decimal number x is given and you have to round it off to a whole number. Now round function you have already done, so you will write select round and in bracket, if it is a whole number, directly the value of x you will write, that is this whatever is given here 84, this value you will write here in bracket. Next will be to round it off to 2 decimal before the decimal. Now before the decimal we are writing -2 and after the decimal it will be +2. So here you can see before the decimal, if you have to round it off, -2 is given. Okay. Now the next question is, consider the following series and you have to write the command which will display the name of the furniture, so where clause, and the next is write the command to name the series as furniture. So here directly the condition you will give, directly you can write here the name of the series and where the value is greater than 250. So print the name of the series is s underscore amount and in square bracket the condition you will write, that is s underscore amount greater than 250. The condition is given. And the next one is you have to give the name of the series. So here the name of the series was s underscore amount dot name. You are changing the name to furniture. So this is the next answer. Now select star and count star and count commission. This also is a common question which is asked in paper and we have already solved that. Count star will count all the tuples in the table employee, including if any column commission has null value, it will count that also. So if 5 records are there, 5 tuples are there, it will display 5. And if the commission is containing, suppose 5 out of 5, 3 null values, then it will show only 2. So count commission will count only the value excluding the null values. Null values it will not count. And here count star will count all, including even if any column is having null value, it will count that also. So here including null and excluding null you will write. Next is your the string is given to you and you have to display a part of the string. So substring we have already done, which displays a part of the string from middle. If it is from the middle, any part you have to display, then substring substr or supstring or mid, any 3 you can use. If it is from the right hand side, like occupied you have to show, you can use right also. If it is from the left hand side, then left we are using. So here you can see occupied you have to display, that is the from 4th character. If you are using substr, then the start and the number of characters. Without that also it will show all. So here you can see select substr, preoccupied is the string, comma, the start value is 4. If instead of full, if it is showing only a part, then the number of characters also you have to mention. 4th character is the start one. If you want to show only till P, then you will write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 characters. So here it was till the end. So the total number of characters is not required here. And right already you have used, from right 8 characters you have to display. So any one of these 4 you can write for occupied. Now for cup, now cup is your, you see which number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 6th, it is the start and how many characters? 3 characters, 6, 3. So you can see here the answer. Same thing, substring you can use or mid you can use, and the syntax is the string, the start value and how many characters you have to display. The start value is 6 and 3 characters you have to display. So here this is the answer. Any one of these 3 you can write. Next one is consider the same string and the position of cup in. Now whenever we are finding the position of a string, we are using in string. So in string, the first one and the second string is, it will return the position of the second string and the first string. Here one bracket should be there after in string. one open bracket parenthesis is missing. After left also it is missing. The first one will be preoccupied, comma, cup. It will return the position of cup in the first string. The B part is the first 4 letters of the string. Now this is also very easy. Left, first 4 letters. You can use here substring or mid also. First 4 letters means 1 comma 4, or normally we are using here left also. Left will display the first 4 characters. So these functions are easy. You have already done substring, in string, left, right, mid. So from this, even you have seen at the end also 5 marks question also. One question, all the questions from this function has been asked. So this part, substring, in string, mid, left, right, you do it nicely. Yes, now the next question is question number 30. A data frame, class frame is given to you and they have asked you to add a new column. Already in case study, you know how to add a new column was asked. The same question has been repeated here. So you are adding a new column activity. So you will write the name of the data frame, which is class frame. So whatever name in the question paper, maybe some other name DF will be written or some other name will be written. That name you will write. In square bracket, the new column name which is to be added, and the values, how many values, 1 2 3 4 are given here. 4 tuples are there. So any 4 activity, any activity, games, sports, painting, drawing, any activity you can write. Names are all, strings are always in single quotes or double quotes. Now next one is you have to add a new tuple or row. So here you have seen to add a new row already st4 till st4 it is given. So we will add a st5. So here LOC function we will use. Name of the data frame is class frame dot LOC and the index value is st5. Here the next value we have given xt5, and then any values of roll number, name, class, any values you can give here. Whichever is string you will write in single quotes and whichever is numeric directly you will write. These all are comma separated. Okay, so you practice these questions nicely. If you have any doubt, write in comment. 2-3 times you practice. These are easy. Now expand the following terms. Now full forms will come. 4 full forms will come. It can be any full form from your book. You just note down all the full forms. List of full forms we have already done in class. So SMTP is Simple Mail Transfer Protocol. POP, here it is given point-to-point protocol. Normally we are writing here Post Office Protocol. So anyone you can write. FTP is File Transfer Protocol. VoIP is Voice over Internet Protocol. Okay, so these all full forms you do it. It will be of 2 marks. Now list any 2 health hazards related to excessive use of technology. You all are using mobile these days and you all are complaining about your eyes, your headache, your backache, your neck ache. All the problems have already started. So these problems you have to note down. The sleep problem at night also, if your mobile is creating some sound or bright light problem is there, so you are having the sleep problem, impact on eyes, impact on hearing. Those who are using headphones and loud music they are listening, then they will have impact on hearing, impact on bones and joints, wrong postures, they are just bending and using the mobile, using the laptops, so they will have these problems. So any 2 health problem you have to write. So you discuss about all these problems. We have already discussed these problems. Now next is Priyanka is using her internet connection to book a flight ticket. This is a classic example of leaving a trail. So footprints will be there of web activities carried by her. What do we call this type of activity? What is the risk involved by such kind of activity? So already we have done, if anybody is doing any task, then digital footprints are left. And risk is that whenever we are doing any work, the advertisement companies are getting the information about what thing we are searching for, and they will start giving up pop-ups about regarding those things. So better not to click on those links or pop-ups because there can be any phishing task in that. Clear? So here the answer will be, we call this type of activity as digital footprints. It includes websites we visit, emails we send. So whatever we are doing, our information is going out. Clear? Now this was your 2 marks question. That is section 3 we have done of part B. Here it is written section 1 of part B, so descriptive answers. Now next is your 3 marks question will start from here, section 4 of whole paper, that is section 2 of part B. So in our next video we will do this part, 3 marks. Go through the questions nicely. If you have any doubt, write in the comment section, and especially all these questions nicely you do it. So next video we will do all the 3 marks question, and in the last video we will do all the 5 marks question. So these questions are important. Go through the questions. If you have any doubt, you ask, write in comment section. So thank you. Have a nice day.